I think the role of media agencies in telling stories is evolving, where because we have audience understanding, because we know the actions of the audience, and we know that in real time because we have traders with hands on keyboard actively optimizing the media, it makes sense that we can also help our clients optimize the message. So we've built some technology, we've partnered with other platforms, and we've acquired some technology all together that allows us to actually build stories, not just tell stories. The creative agencies are fantastic at telling stories, but stories just being told isn't enough anymore. And so we see our job as story builders as much as the storytelling still needs to happen.
So what does that look like for a campaign, either in particular or sort of a prototype of what that means? How's it versioned and to whom, and how deep does it go?
Yeah, well, historically the versioning has been based on campaign performance. We're seeing the red ad perform better than the blue ad. But what we're also able now to overlay is audience understanding. So because we know somebody likes something, because we can understand their click stream, because we're looking at other data on that individual, not in a personally identifiable way, but from a behavioral standpoint, we're able to amend the creative to be more bespoke to the situation that the consumer is in. So it allows us to understand not just if red's better than blue, but this call to action is going to resonate better because we believe that we've seen certain actions or indicators prior that allows us to optimize. So it's still making sure the story is told, but building that story with some audience understanding and behavioral insight.
So how do you see this movement rolling out as part of the media buy, or the offering that you guys have? Is it kind of niche for certain advertisers? Can it scale, and what's the roadmap?
Absolutely, it can scale fantastically because a lot of what we're talking about is technology driving this. And I think that's what has a lot of creative-minded people maybe nervous is technology is now getting up to speed to deliver these types of messages in real time on the fly. So the role of creatives, whether they're creatives at a media agency or creatives at a creative agency, is to create the assets. And as the assets are developed, then the technology allows us to deliver this type of thinking at scale. And more of our clients are looking for this type of advantageous way of connecting with consumers. The first thing that we're seeing more and more is that it's less about TV and more about video. Finding the places and ways in which we can share video, whether it's long video or short video, original video or repurposed video. I think we're seeing more and more that it's less about the medium and more about the format. What that means is we can now use tools and technologies to drive a more personalized story. So we don't have to just serve one ad to all people. We can now get more granular. Now, I don't think all brands at all times need to be one-to-one. I think that has its place and it's not for everyone. But we should get more personalized. We should talk when we can one-to-many or one-to-fewer or one-to-some. It doesn't always have to be one-to-one, but it also doesn't have to be one-to-all either. TV is absolutely critical. It's one of the best ways to reach large audiences, and I think what we need to focus on is how we leverage TV, but realize it's a multi-screen dimension now. TV is not just on the wall, it could be right in front of us. It could be lean back or lean forward, and I think that's the great thing about TV and what we're seeing and all the innovation coming out, all the opportunities to really push and leverage where television viewing is going.